Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 443. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Siniti.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Should have gone for the head.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Yo. Got that follow-up this week. Got that follow-up.
All right. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to 443 of the Moviecast. This is special because it's special because all of the heroes are still, well, sort of alive for Marvel. We don't know who's going to make it out of Endgame. So we're going to do tonight. Our topic will be Endgame predictions, not necessarily deaths, but predictions. We could do deaths too. Yeah, I know. And Phase 4, like just a quick glimpse of what we think we see in Phase 4. Mostly Endgame predictions in this one. So I wanted to get into what we've been up to first. And then we'll get to box office, to news, then to the topic. So kicking us off, Mike, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I went to Reno to visit some friends.
Yeah, you were out traveling.
Yeah, I'm still kind of tired from it. So I brought the Switch, played a lot more Smash again.
Nice.
Played it on the plane, but also there a lot. It worked out pretty well.
Bring your dock.
Yeah, did you bring your dock?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
It's easy. I mean, it's easy to just throw in a bag.
Mm-hmm. It's light, super light.
So it was cool. What we ended up doing was we did the All-Star Smash. Like we switched off, but then we joined on teams and a bit too. It was good. It's people I played like Melee back in the day with, so and Brawl. So it just came back pretty quick for all of them. Although I am mad that one of them has the high score in All-Star Smash instead of me.
Oh no! Oh no!
Right now. So I'm gonna have to work on that on my own. But yeah, that's most of it. Other than that, I went to arcades. There's casinos with arcades in Reno. Did not know that. That's pretty cool. So it was a good time. But I'm tired right now.
Had arcades. Interesting.
Did you get to watch anything while you're out there?
They watched Game of Thrones, and I watched it because of whatever. So
no idea what's going on.
No idea what's going on. So
I had everything was explained. Everyone just talked the whole episode. So
that sucks.
Well, the people on the episode.
Well, no, he meant like
that
the
you
characters
watched
was
with.
talking now, Jim.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like I think everybody was talking during it.
No.
Okay.
No. They were the episode was a talking one, and so they pretty much just set up what had happened and what was going to happen. So I got
this is
an idea of what's going on from one episode.
These last two episodes, and I've seen this. That's what I watched. I'm sure we all did. The latest episode of Game of Thrones. I mean, this has been great. I call it. It's great fan service for the fans. I mean, it's just like it's our things.
What this game, I didn't mean to interrupt, but the vibes that this past episode gave me was the moments right before you do the last mission in Mass Effect 3, where it's like here's your opportunity to like go and talk to all. And no, that's a good thing. That's one of my one of the few favorite parts of my game.
Are you sure you've completed every mission? Because beyond this point,
exactly. It's like, are you sure? Like, this is the last time you're probably going to talk to me. It's like, all right, let's have this heart to heart, and stuff like that. But
it does seem like that.
It was just good character moments, and I know the writing style. Like, half these characters probably going to die this week, so I get it. It was a good episode. Not so many memes, although.
Oh, there was one good meme.
There was one good meme. All right, so spoilers for the next, 3 minutes?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
All right,
time is 3 minutes.
So I cannot believe the social media reaction to people flipping out that Arya had sex. Like, they're like, oh, no, she's innocent. Like, she's been killing people for like 9 years.
She's like not innocent character.
It's like Arya cutting people's heads off. Okay.
Yeah.
Poisoning an entire house, wiping out the phrase completely.
Yeah, and like feeding them to their father, that's fine. That's cool. That's very good. But she wants a little
here, my lord.
She wants some dick right before what could be the last day of life. Oh no, that's too much for Arya. It's like, oh my god, like this is just Western culture. Like,
I mean,
so fun.
You gotta get your pirate cherry pop before you go die.
I know, like
freaking
gruesome battle. Who the hell wouldn't do that? It's like
my one friend was under the impression that she was supposed to be like 14 at this time. I'm like, I don't think so. And then everyone looked it up. Apparently, it was like searched on Google that like how old is this character, and then. And it came back like 18 anyway. So
the funny part, I didn't post it in the chat, but somebody had Google Trends, that lovely thing I like to use when we get into these discussions. But from like the timeline from like the search term, how old is Maisie Williams? I think that's the actress's name.
Mhm.
It's like nothing, and then that week or that Sunday spikes up so high. And it's just like it's like
I saw that Twitter. I saw that on Twitter. Like, most search term. How old is Arya?
Yeah, it's like oh god.
So yeah, it's it was funny.
And then the other thing that kind of bothered me, and I think that what they're doing is setting up Daenerys to just have a big fall this season because the first episode, Sam was like, well, would she give up her crown for the people like you would? It's like, oh no, okay. And in this episode, it's like, oh, you got to tell her. He's like, by the way, we're related. I'm your nephew. The first thing out of her mouth, like this is her reaction. She's like, and then it's like, oh man, what's she gonna say? First thing out of her mouth, you have a better claim to the throne than I do. And it's like that's what you're worried about. Like that.
Yeah.
That's her life was getting the Iron Throne.
Yeah, that's been her drive.
Still, it's like, oh, you just found out you've been banging your nephew, and the number one thing on your mind is, you have a better claim to the throne than I do.
It's the Targaryens. That's what they do. That's what they do.
I get it, but that's so ridiculous.
Like honestly, like people find that. I mean, that in the books, the Targaryens, that's par for the course.
I know, but
it's not even that. Like that's even like one step beyond what they would normally do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's child's play.
Yeah. No, I thought that the episode. I liked the episode because again, it was like Tony, like you said, that sums it up exactly. Like it feels like that. Are you sure you want to proceed? Make sure you save because you
can't come back.
You can't come back at this point. Yes. So everybody's kind of wrapping up those side missions here, and that's the vibe I got. And I really liked it actually. And man, we have 7 seconds. I think Sam's dead next week.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
No, I mean, I just want
those listening right now. We have one more minute. One more minute, guys. If those listening, one more minute.
Yeah, just I mean, again, the fans, I guess you could say, I don't know why people are upset other than the fact that we know we only have like 4 more episodes. And it's the only reason I think people are upset is because like, wait, we need to get all this stuff done in 4 episodes. But as far as like what I wanted to get from the characters, I wanted to see more of these character moments from these characters before we say goodbye to them.
Exactly.
We're
like
going to say goodbye, and it's not going to be pretty.
There were so many I think there was so much foreshadowing for Sam in this episode for him to bite it. Like he's gonna.
I said about every character though.
No, this one is like he made a lot of statements to everybody. I'll see you guys after the battle. I'll see you after. And he's kept saying that. So yeah, he's going.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I bet you that craziness, that entire fireplace room. I don't know. I think that entire fireplace room might.
Yeah, I felt like Brienne, like now that she got her knighthood, like that's it. Like that's her.
No, she's done. Yeah. I think. I mean, out of all of them, I think Podrick and Tyrion have the best chance. Of making it out.
Well, Tyrion's already made it out of a few battles, so.
Right.
But that's my point.
Think, why kill Podrick?
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on, guys. We'll do, like I said, we'll do a complete post-mortem of the. Yeah. I would have made that statement no matter what season, but we will do a complete rundown of the entire season when it ends. So look for a spoiler cast on that. So, all right, guys. Getting to more what we've been up to more. I would like to mention I've been watching The Tick on Amazon, and I'm really enjoying this season. Like I do. I like that show a lot. It's not as good. He's not as good as the first Tick, Patrick Warburton. Yeah. He was better, but the writing is far better in this. It's just, and the characters are the supporting characters are far better, so it makes the show better. So I'm enjoying that quite a bit. Really would recommend watching that. They're quick episodes. They're 30 minutes long. I've also I didn't finish the episode though. I can't really say I'm watching Hannah, but I didn't finish episode 1. I'm only like 3/4 through. I got a busy. I tried to watch it during work and I got interrupted, so I never finished watching that. But and the Grand Tour. I've been watching a lot of Amazon. I've been watching a lot. Oh, yeah. I finally canceled Netflix.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's my first month off in 3 or 4 years, without a doubt. So, yeah. So I don't know. It was sitting there. I haven't watched it in a month since Umbrella Academy. So I'm like, okay, now I'm not paying you guys $16. So I canceled it. So, well, I'll go back in July. But
you can get in and get out.
Yeah. Anything else? Yeah,
that's fine. And that's that's the beauty of it. I mean, you don't have to sign up for. Like,
well, there's, I mean, Disney Plus on the horizon too.
Right, exactly. But
yeah, but Tony, what have you been watching? Anything else?
I've been watching. What is it? Shit. Hold on. Sorry. Name is
live action anime.
Yeah, or no. It's an anime original on Netflix. Gotcha. It's Gotcha Man?
Ultraman?
Ultraman, thank you. I was like, Gotcha. I was like, Ultraman, sorry. I was like,
they almost got me to stay. Yeah, they almost got me to stay this month because of that.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's like this, they're experimenting with like the, you could tell it's like CGI anime, in a way. Because like, for the most part, it's not bad, but like there are some sequences, especially the fight ones, where like, you could just tell like, oh, that seems really awkward, because like I don't know. I can have this effect where like I've seen so much anime where like my mind kind of fills in like what that should look like if it were hand drawn or something like that. Whereas like it's CGI, so it's like kind of like I think we joked about like the old like make your Spider-Man, make your X-Men cartoon maker thing back in the day, where just like the character just goes nothing like too bad like the Berserk anime, the recent one, but there's still some things where it's like, oh, it could look a bit better, but it's all right. I mean, nothing too special, nothing bad though. I do kind of like how it takes from the previous Ultraman series where it's like trying to form its own continuity. Spoiler, it's about like the original Ultraman, it's his son, like inheriting his powers and stuff like that. So kind of
what's crazy is my younger brother Matt and I used to wake up every Saturday morning to watch the live action Ultraman from Japan at like 7 a.m.
So violent, dude. Like,
oh yeah, I know, but we used to love to watch that.
Right? Yeah.
So yeah,
this is kind of violent too, actually.
Is it? Yeah.
It is.
I mean, this is going to be something that when I resubscribe, I'll be instantly watching this show.
Yeah.
But they almost got me. I was like, I really want to watch this, but there's so many other shows. I'm so behind on other shows. I'm like, I got to watch CBS Discovery. I got to watch Star Trek Discovery.
I heard the finale for that was amazing.
That's I know, and that's why I'm like, I'm watching this. I got to watch Doom Patrol still. And
you gonna watch that series finale of Gotham, Jim?
Yeah, and I still gotta watch.
Like that.
I gotta watch. I actually haven't watched any of this season of Gotham, like this whole half. So I gotta watch that too. But yeah, so I'll be watching that. Corey, what have you been watching?
Not much of note other than the Game of Thrones.
Okay, cool. All right, let's get into the box office.
Let's get into the box office.
This is so this is a really bad box office. This is the calm before the storm is what they call this. It is. That's really it affects as good as Endgame is going to do. It affects the box office the week before. So The Curse of La Llorona.
It's The Conjuring. It's like the third or fifth, or I don't know.
26.4 million. Shazam was at number 2 still at 16.6, which is a very good hold, a 25% drop, I think, or something like that. It was ridiculous. But that's also Easter weekend, holiday weekend was helped. Breakthrough, Captain Marvel, and Little.
Hold on. What's next to Captain Marvel and the percentage change? That's weird.
What do you mean?
Do you see that? What box over? Yeah. The drop week over week for.
Oh, I didn't see the week over week. I didn't see that. No. What is that?
I posted it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's okay. Yeah, I said it was really weird. But okay, whatever. You guys didn't even look at it. But okay, it's plus 5% over plus 5% week over week. So
yeah, there's a bump. It's
there's a bump. It's the bump. It's gonna be a bump.
So I got my girlfriend a shirt that has the Florkin on it. However you want to say it, and it just says "Bring me Thanos."
That's really funny.
Yeah, I was like, I saw that shirt. I'm like, she loves cats, and it's my kind of shirt. So I got that. But yeah, so that's really your box office. Like I said, there's not really much opening next week. Next week, look for a record-setting box office, and I'm going to go bolder, everybody. Ooh. I'm going bolder. This is going to be 315 million.
Okay,
that is a high.
Here's the problem. Like I already said 300, and it doesn't seem bold enough now.
Because it doesn't. Because like I'm like, it has to hit 300 million. Like it's absolutely absurd. There's I think the article, there's like, I think 10 or so AMC theaters that are open like 4 days in a row for this fucking movie. 24 hours, like not just like, open to it's 24
I keep getting notifications or adding more showings. It's like, so that weekend is insane. The thing has done. Where's that news? I have that bit of news where they've done 120 million in pre-sales.
Mm-hmm.
The movie is. If I said 310, I think that's what it's going to be. But I'm going really bold. I'm going 315. That's my prediction. We'll get into more of that. I want to hear all of your thoughts on that. But that movie. I mean, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Let's just go into the regular news. Then we'll turn this into the Marvel podcast, which I'm sure makes Mike happy. Well, listen, Mike, we got a Mortal Kombat game cast coming up, so
okay,
hey, come on, that's the big game coming out. All right, so first we got good news from is it good news or I don't know? Suicide Squad news. John Cena in talks to star in the Suicide Squad reboot.
That can't be good news.
It can't be good news. I don't think he's a terrible actor.
He's not The Rock.
You see how not good news that is? He's not terrible.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Yeah, that's the tone I took, Tony. I mean, it's like I just he could have been like I've seen.
You know what you're getting. Like it's not going to be a surprise.
Yeah, I think
that it'd be horrific. Like
I don't think it'd be terrible as long it depends on the role. Like I really think he's not going to be the guy that has to carry this movie. So I think he could have fun with it. If he's not the focal point of the,
is he just gonna be the military, like the military dude? It was like
that guy's back.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. It's not even a reboot. They're just doing a new team, and the old team is just mysteriously not going to be there.
I mean, that's what they do, though.
Most of them died, really. Like half of them died.
It's just Boomerang and Harley Quinn, right? That's the only.
We spent one day together, guys, but you're my family.
Fire dude, I think, killed himself in the end. I think Killer Croc might have died too.
No, I thought Killer Croc was fine. I thought it was just the fire guy.
I thought he brought the. Oh, I don't fucking know. Whatever.
Then the witch. No, the witch lived. At the end, but
the lady, the host.
Yeah. So, all right. Bad news for Swamp Thing. Looks like this is not good news for yours. But I just want to. This is not the reason why I put this on here is because this. Why would they cut something that hasn't aired yet?
Because it's obviously bad. Like at some point, like
it's obviously bad.
Like I mean, that's I don't know that if that's also not confident.
It can be either or. It can look at it as like, oh, this is going to be terrible now, or it could be like, well, they didn't have enough show for 13 episodes, and they just like
we're spending way more time talking about this than the fucking executives did. I guarantee it.
I understand that. My point of pointing this on there does this mean that DC Universe is not doing very well in terms of subscriptions?
Probably.
That's what I took this as. I took this as they're not getting the money they were expecting from these shows, so they cut budgets.
I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's why I brought it up.
And, like I don't want to get into this argument too deep, but I think the advent of Disney Plus this year, that's going to hurt those smaller. And I think we talked about it before.
It's going to hurt
those smaller, newer, subscription services more than it's going to hurt Netflix. Yeah, like Netflix, they're established. Even like Amazon
Hulu and Netflix, they're fine. This hurts. This hurts Apple like massively. So this hurts Apple the most because Apple was going to do the original content, and Disney's like, "Don't worry, we got the original content."
Yeah, I mean, let's see, like they're trying to make it better. Like I think they put almost all their comics now on the app.
The weird part about the Disney Plus service is it doesn't include every catalog of movie from Disney. Like they're not.
They'll get there.
Yeah, they're first
around.
They probably. It sounds like they want to rotate things in and out.
They have always had their vaults. They love their vaults. They'll put things in and out of the vault.
So, Songs of the South is not going to make it on there.
Oh, what a shame!
And neither is they cut
my
the scene.
Favorite.
They also cut the scene in Dumbo, which was very controversial. I didn't even know Dumbo had a controversial scene. Yes,
What happened?
There's a racist. I mean, the one character is like pretty.
Is it? I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
I never watched Dumbo.
See, the thing is, like, Songs of the South has like the greatest song from Disney. It's just like it sucks to cut that, but I understand the reason behind it.
Oh, I'm sure if you really want to see it, you can find it somewhere.
You can.
It's a new thing.
What's that?
It doesn't need the old things like that.
Like they still had it somewhere on a DVD or Blu-ray or something. Maybe it's I don't know. Where it was like before the show aired, they even like had this kind of like, hey, look, we're presenting it in its original form, but it does contain material that is,
that's
currently insensitive to like whatever, but is presented at the time, the social climate back.
That's the thing. Like I subscribe to Boomerang, their old Looney Tunes episodes come on. Before they come on, they have that disclaimer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I've seen that because Ari is gonna. I was like, I'm like, what is this thing? And then I'm like, I watched the episode. I'm like, oh wow. Yeah, this is not great for women. It's not. And that's why they put it on there. So, but like, you don't realize it because it was done in a different time. Yeah. Oh, and then, yeah. So, but anyways, moving on from the DC universe thing, I just don't think they're doing as well as they thought. So.
I just don't know why they need a Swamp Thing of all characters.
Well, I liked the USA show years ago. I enjoyed that.
Remember that it existed only because I got a toy from it. But other than
remember
that,
the movie. There was this really awkward.
Maybe that was the movie. I saw it as a
kid, but there was this really awkward sex scene. I
think there was
her, like a part of him, like a plant. She ate it, and it was just like psychedelic or some shit. And I'm like, pretty sure.
You don't know how to
I'm pretty sure this is concerning. They're gonna have sex in a moment here. Like, it's like, yeah, take my stock, baby. It's like, what the fuck? Okay.
All right. And lastly on the news, we've got Spider-Man Far From Home is the actual last Phase 3 movie.
Yep.
So we know
because like we know everything about that, the reschedule up until Spider-Man. Yeah. So
they're gonna start announcing Phase 4 though right after Endgame. So like I would expect May.
Really?
we get I think May.
Hold off until San Diego Comic-Con.
I think May. That's my prediction, but you might be right.
We'll go with it.
They do have a panel at San Diego, so that makes sense.
Absolutely,
but
100%. Because they even said, I think last year, like, hey, we don't want to talk about shit, so we're not. 100%.
Yeah. All
right.
That's it for news. We went through the other ones during our conversation of Endgame because like Endgame is happening. It's starting in 2 days. Actually, but by the time you listen to this, it'll be one day before.
You've already seen it.
Some of you may have already seen it. The Endgame. So what we're about to talk about.
Some of you are spoiling it on the internet now.
So that was the worst part. And Corey, by the way, your post today. Thank you for the heads up. And I saw it before I went to Screen Rant to.
Why would you go to Screen Rant? Like it's spoiled so much shit over there.
My thing is like I've blocked so many, and I just locked down more of my stuff and my work. So I've blocked myself from so many sites to get to, but that one I still can go to the way they do their tags. I can go to there and it's not filtered. So it's easier for me to get our news together and stuff. Plus, it's got everything in there, like gaming news, and I don't have to go to IGN so much. So it's just like for me, I just like to go there. Yeah. And I was like, okay, if I see something that pisses me off, I'm going to be angry at that thing. And I was angry one other time. I remember this, but I went there and I saw what I think is what you were posting about, and I'm like, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, really? And then I'm like, oh wait, this means nothing. So that's what I got from it. Until you actually see it, it doesn't mean anything.
Apparently, either Gwyneth Paltrow or I think Gwyneth Paltrow was doing an interview on the carpet, and she like may have spoiled something because like it was just a fluff interview, like on the spot interview, and like she said something, and I think Chris Evans was there, and he just goes, and like I think people were saying he mouth like I'm so sorry or something like that, like. It's like, okay,
man. Like, yeah, no, the post was about the red carpet event.
Okay, yeah.
No, so I saw something say it was probably a clickbaity title, but they said she's like censored because by I don't know Disney for spoiling something from her red carpet thing or whatever.
Yeah, but it's not even red carpet.
It's like, you know what? Like, just talk about selling those like vagina eggs or whatever you fucking.
Yeah, so.
Well, the thing with her is like. You get that you kind of get the impression she's just there for the money. Like she's not that
1,000,000%.
More than others. I mean, like she's like she's not really engaged in what's going on in the story. She's just
at least what's her name had the grace to just bow out, like, hey, you know what, the Thor.
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Natalie Portman. Yeah. She's like, I'm just out. Like it's fine, guys. Like,
I heard rumors that she was at this premiere. People are like, oh, is she gonna appear?
Well, that's the headline I saw.
Oh,
if you guys, that's what you're talking about. That's the headline
she was
that I
at
saw.
The premiere.
Yes, that's
hard to,
what I think people were pissed about. Because I read that, I'm like, oh, and then I read the thing, I'm like, but this means nothing. Like she even said, she's like, I couldn't make the other premiere events for Avengers because I was filming things, and this time I was free, so I wanted to come to this premiere.
That sounds like a questionable explanation.
Sure,
but
until
it still doesn't mean much.
But is it a spoiler if you don't actually know it's real? Like if it's not confirmed.
I don't think it's a spoiler because it's outside of the fiction of the movie.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So I wouldn't worry about it. But that's what I saw though. So all right, let's get into this Endgame new prediction here, guys. End Phase 4 predictions. So Endgame is upon us. This whole thing has been like how long? 10 plus years now in the making. 11 years, 18 movies.
22, I thought.
Oh, I thought it was 18. 36 hours of movies. I know that. It's 36 hours of movies. That's why I thought it was 18.
It's been 84 years.
But yeah, it's been a long time. I kind of want to watch Infinity War before I see this, but I'm not going to do the run like I did to see Infinity War, where I watched all of them again. But I probably will rewatch Infinity War Thursday night, I think.
I'll be watching Endgame then.
Yeah, I know. See,
I hope it stings, Jim. I hope it stings.
Like, do it Thursday. See the movie?
No, because Thursday I'm not going to get home until later.
No,
and then,
I get it. I just I was like, wait, it threw me off for a second until Tony's like, oh, I'm watching. I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, I am too.
Yeah, I know, and I actually took off for Star Wars already. I think it's during Christmas break.
Yeah, I mean,
it's during Christmas break, but I want to make sure that I'm not on the schedule at all. Like, there's no chance I'm coming in, because I don't care if they make us work that day. I won't be in that day. Yeah, that's why I said no events. Like, I will not be there.
Like, don't schedule me for shit.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, they've been scheduling these events where I'm not really working, but I have to help cover. So it's like, yeah. But anyways, so Endgame predictions upon us, guys. Obviously the big discussion here is character deaths. I saw a lot of memes out there with the what's the over the top one where you posted, Tony, about the arm wrestling one.
Yeah. MCU fans, Game of Thrones fans, like this week gonna be.
Enough, honestly. If I'm going to be completely honest here, Game of Thrones fans are going to have it far worse.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because the thing is, I think there are going to be some character deaths in Endgame, but I think a lot of them will be reversed by the end of the movie. Obviously, either existing ones with a snap or ones that will die in the battle.
I honestly think we're only going to get one hero death. That's it.
I don't think just one.
I don't know.
I think one.
I really think the majority of the original cast, maybe with one survivor.
I just don't see them killing Thor. I don't see them killing.
He might be the survivor.
Yeah, but Black Widow is not going to. Yeah,
she doesn't.
What?
I don't know. I'm talking about the core four.
Okay, the regular. Okay, so Iron Man is. He's the questionable one.
It's a 50-50 right now.
But I think he makes it.
No.
No?
I think Iron Man is just too bankable. And the thing is, I think you can have Robert Downey Jr. like just take move back and just do like guest stars or voice act, like, because that's the thing. At this point, you don't really need him to be like himself on stage. You could just do the CGI Iron Man shit and then just give him completely voiceover, like, and
if you care, you be here.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need it. But
I do sort of get the feeling that even if like they survive, there needs to be some reason to sideline them after this movie. Like, they're not going to have.
Here's the thing. Like, they just
Pepper.
What?
Tony's gonna have a kid with Pepper.
Oh, maybe. I do think
they're doing Ronda Rousey right now.
They had that new Iron Man in the comic books for a while. The girl that was running it. I really think that they could have somebody else in the suit and still have Tony Stark.
Shuri.
Huh?
Do Shuri.
Yeah, and still have Tony Stark as a minor role. Yeah. So I think that might happen. The one I'll just say it right now, Captain America is going to die. Yeah, Captain America's dead.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, we at least I've been saying, like, that's the moment that they kind of need. But I'm not sure we're getting it. Where he finally can hold like Thor's weapon. Obviously, Mjolnir is not around.
Well, Mjolnir's, I saw it in the trailer.
No, that was.
That's the hammer. No, that was the hammer when Captain Marvel's there.
The first trailer, it did kind of look like the hammer. If you watch the newer trailer, it's not 100% Stormbreaker.
Yeah,
like 1,000,000%.
I keep talking.
Maybe the first time.
I'll be right back. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Maybe the first time it was the hammer, and they're like, "Oh shit!" and they edited it to make it Stormbreaker afterwards because it's a spoiler.
I don't think I did not see the hammer ever. I don't remember it, but that's maybe some just like.
Or maybe that happens anyway.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't think Mjolnir is going to be making an appearance in this movie because it was destroyed.
Everything's coming back. Don't you understand?
I mean,
Nothing that's
you have to
happened
say, like,
so far.
Captain America is the obvious choice to go, and you do need some sacrifice here, I think, as far as a character dying.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Captain has an obvious conclusion to his arc, like with Peggy, being dead, and him saving Bucky. What else can he do? He helped found the Avengers. Fought Hydra. This and the other thing. Loki.
Time to give him his dance.
Right, I guarantee you we're going to see that. I guarantee you 1,000,000% we're seeing a scene of him finally dancing with Peggy. 1,000,000%. I will bet on that.
No, I agree. I mean, that's his send off. I mean, you're going to see that, and it's it for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What if they flip everyone's expectations and he just goes back to the 40s alive because of time travel?
I mean, there's going to be some time. I mean, obviously there's time travel, but
I did think about that where maybe the time travel bullshit. He's just like, guys, let me just stay back here. Just kind of write him out.
So
they would screw up Sharon Carter. She wouldn't exist then.
Yeah.
Well, so did ABC did it too. So
wasn't that a storyline in the comic books where he actually went back?
I'm sure everything was at
that point. But I don't think they do that. I think he does die and he gets his, he gets to dance up in heaven or whatever with Peggy.
So do they set the scrolls up as the villains at the end of this? That's when he dies? Does he make it through the Thanos fight only to be assassinated?
No, I don't think the scrolls are going to be set up.
Not in this movie.
Okay.
It's got to be Galactus or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's a Phase 4 thing. We're not getting to that yet, but I just feel like, I think so.
I mean, they're doing Guardians 3, and it's hard to imagine a movie without her.
Well, no, I mean, so the thing is, I thought about this. Guardians 3 would be a very interesting story if Gamora didn't get revived, and it was about how the rest of the Guardians, and especially Quill, dealt with that void.
Well, that would be a good story,
right? Right, would, but I still think they just kind of.
So my thing about this is the Russos are more about the Captain America character. That's where they started, and their controlling of the other characters. I just don't see them killing these other characters because they're properties that other directors work with, unlike them. But
it's over. They're done.
Contract wise, maybe there's some certain contracts that have been longer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you though. I think that Captain America is the most likely one's going to go. As far as Thor and Iron Man, I do think they survive. Thor and Iron Man survive.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe the Hulk. I bet you the Hulk has a good chance to die.
I just don't. No, I don't see it because the thing is, I mean, you have no reason to because it's like he doesn't have his own movie franchise. We've already seen how great it is when he's partnered up with Thor in Ragnarok. And I mean, how would you even say Hulk dies? Like, how do you explain that? I mean, that'd be really. He's always come. I mean, he always comes back. Now, what would an interesting thing be is if he was separated from Bruce Banner and we got like a crazy primal Hulk that was maybe
that's been a storyline.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I think that, like I said, the Russos are controlled. Captain America is definitely going to perish. Is it like a permanent thing? Probably for Phase 4. I don't know. I think they bring Chris Evans back later. Like, I do think he comes back eventually to reprise the role. That's my late prediction. Like, we'll be talking about this years from now.
Like, only in a cameo, like a Loki transforming into.
We'll see.
It sounds like the actor is like.
He does want to do other things, but.
I just think that would cheapen the character a bit.
Oh, maybe.
Especially.
But
that's it. I mean, yeah. I can't see any of the Phase 2 characters dying permanently. Like, again, I think we'll see some people die in the fight against Thanos, especially if it's based on the comic, where in Secret Wars, where like pretty much every character gets murked, like Wolverine, like literally everybody, Thor and Iron Man, I need all of them to just fucking crumple to Thanos. But permanent death, I think it's just Cap.
I think it's just Cap too. I agree. But I thought the Hulk has a shot because I thought he was random enough, and they don't have that property. Like, they love their properties, and they can't get that from Universal.
Right, but that's the thing is, as long as he's not starring it, as long as the movie's not called the Hulk,
he can be in the movie. Yes,
he had a guest appearance, and they don't have to pay whoever it is shit.
It's Universal. It's Universal. It's not Universal. It's the it's that side company that it's not Universal. It's the one that was going to make the crappy Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
But all right. Other Endgame predictions here, guys. Is this all part of Doctor Strange's plan?
Is this time loop?
Yeah. Is this he went through and he did all of these projections, and this was and he said he found one that ended with them winning.
Yeah, 100%.
This is it, right? This is it.
100%.
Okay,
absolutely.
All right, so
that's he already said he laid it out for everybody basically last movie. And he said
the thing is,
he's supposed to go 14,600,000 or whatever it was, different possibilities, and
the thing is, you could see he was right before he was being dusted, he was just this. It was the only way, and that's it.
Okay.
And there was some theories about the stones only glow when they're active, and when he was giving it to Thanos, it was glowing, so it was active, and so he was doing something when he was giving it to him.
Yeah, but there's only a certain amount of time in the time stone. You can only repeat a certain amount of time, right?
Is there a limitation on infinity?
What's infinity divided by 0?
That was the rule established by Doctor Strange. There was only a loop you can that can Dormammu. I've come to bargain. Yeah, that was a great sequence of that movie. The best sequence of that movie. But
there's definitely, obviously, we know there's going to be time travel.
There will be, because we've seen teases of that. Yeah.
Yep. It's definitely. Do you guys think that they defeat Thanos earlier in the movie or later?
Now that's an interesting question. I'm glad you brought that up because I thought about this some more, and I think there's two ways to go with it. One way is the traditional, the first 2/3 of the movie are them just find a way to challenge Thanos, bring back their friends, counteract the Infinity Gauntlet, whatever. The other scenario I thought of was now that the remaining Avengers get united, they go to Thanos, they kick his ass, take the gauntlet, and then the rest of the movie is about them rescuing their friends. Right. I don't think it could be that, but it could be. Just thinking outside the box. It could be. I don't know.
Well, he's at his weakest right now, right?
Yeah.
You gotta strike while your striking's good.
Supposedly.
Right. So,
it seems like it's at least 1 year out of the after the thing.
Yeah. All I know is you can't. Anything we've seen in these trailers, you can't judge. Anything could be red.
You can't judge anything by the trailers. I think you have to look at the past movies, and that's
right.
Very good.
And what I have seen based on the social media impressions that I only glimpsed at to make sure that there's no spoil, was that they did say the majority of the footage in all the trailers have been the first 15, we've been told the first 15 minutes of the
10
or something like that.
Yeah, it was not long. Yeah.
So
I don't know. Mike, what are you expecting here?
I still think most of them will be dead.
You think it's a mass slaughter of the Phase 1 characters?
Yeah, I think so. They can all get replaced and with new types of characters to get some sort of freshness to the whole universe.
Fresh. You get the whole more marketing character sales.
You already see that sort of movement. That's what they're going for.
That's why they bought the X-Men. So
yeah, but I don't think the X-Men are. I believe Feige when he says they're not coming anytime soon. I think first they're going to have a new Thor, a new Iron Man, a new Captain America.
They're doing something with the Eternals. That's moving forward.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's going to be, but along those lines. So either way, I think the core four at least are going to be dead or sidelined after this movie. You could sideline them in some way as long as it's believable and maybe be able to bring them back for cameos or some great event 5 years down the line, but I don't see the majority of them really being who they are after this movie.
It's going to change either way. This is going to change the universe.
Different. Yeah, I think everything's changing after this.
Yeah, well, everything changed already. It's you can go back a little bit, but
yeah. I definitely think. Maybe not here, but obviously because we know that Hawkeye is getting a show on the Disney Plus service. But I think we see him actually retire or talk about it and train his daughter, which not to jump the gun, but I do expect in Phase 4 and beyond, we're going to see a young Avengers or Avengers Junior, whatever the hell you want to call it,
the training program. Avengers.
Right.
Interesting.
Right, exactly. Just because you have a new generation of heroes and whatnot stepping up, and I'm sure Tony Stark isn't want to get it. Just have him be like, oh, just be a friendly neighborhood.
Yeah, I'd love to see Champion kind of
Hawkeye. Yeah, it's like what does a friendly neighborhood Hawkeye do? I don't know. Like fucking shoot shit. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Phase 4 is more cloudy for me. For I'm not sure what movies we're gonna get. I do agree with Mike in terms of properties that they won't be using like Iron Man himself for a while.
We're not getting Iron Man 4.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Mike. Like,
I think we get a Thor 4.
Oh, I think you get a buddy movie definitely with Thor. I think you don't get him by himself anymore. I'm not saying it has to be the Hulk, but I'm saying that you'll get a buddy movie with Thor.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think Ragnarok really showed that he plays well off of another character rather than just be like, like I'm so godly.
He works well when he's playing off of other people. Yes, I mean that's the way. I mean Hemsworth actually works well with that. It looks like. I mean, if you think about Thor 1 was actually pretty good because it was with the Earthlings out of fish out of water, and that worked. And Thor 2 did not work. But the Ragnarok was really nice, and there's no more. What happens to his people? Do they come back?
Well, they're back. I mean, they're going to be in this movie. We know Valkyrie's back.
Yeah. So, do we get Odin back then too?
No, I hope not. At least
he might show up.
I kind of want to make this prediction.
Because it's too expensive for them to keep doing that shit.
It's pretty bold.
All right,
but I'm gonna do it. I think we get him back.
Okay.
For this movie or for movies
in this movie?
I'm gonna say a bold prediction. I think, and again, I didn't see any of that shit, but I think Natalie Portman will make a cameo appearance in this.
Okay. Yeah. The only reason why I said that was what I read because you guys were talking about it already. I'm like, well, fuck it. You're talking about that's what I saw. So.
Well, I mean, we talked about, at least I mentioned this before, about how, I mean, the past X years, up until like, I think just the past 6 months or so, Thor has been Jane Foster as Thor,
That's what it's, they might have a good
crazy.
role.
Jane Foster's now the new Valkyrie, too.
Dude, don't, like I said, whatever. Comics are dumb. I'll just say that. Comics are fucking
But do they
dumb.
then kill Hemsworth and have Jane Foster as Thor?
Maybe that's it. Maybe the new Thor becomes Jane Foster trying to save Thor. Maybe he gets sent to hell, or, whatever.
Whatever.
Wherever the hell is there. Yeah.
I mean, Asgard's going to be adult.
Other predictions, guys? Or Phase 4?
Go ahead.
I mean, who do you think actually wields the Infinity Gauntlet? Other than Thanos, obviously. Because who can actually wield that?
Does that need to be a thing that happens?
Yes, I think.
So if we're going from the comics, if they follow the comics true to form, which they don't always do, I think it was Nebula that actually grabbed the gauntlet from him.
Yes, I think you're right.
So I could sort of see that because really, again, if we're talking about character arc and movement and stuff like that, again, just like the Guardians, like you she went from like wanting to kill Gamora to like, oh, we're actually sisters now, and like we love each other, and we'll die for each other and stuff like that. So I think she has the greatest character motivation to actually like, along with Quill, to like really like kill Thanos because, it's an interesting question in what most of the Avengers like they have a really no kill policy, So would they actually kill Thanos? I don't know. Would Nebula kill Thanos? 100%, no doubt.
Yeah, that's true.
She'd be like, "Fuck you, you're out of here. Like, you're too big of a threat to keep around."
Well, I mean, if you look at it, there was like a theory, not a theory, but just like an observation of imagine watching Infinity War as Thanos is the hero and Thor is the villain.
Yeah,
and it's like it's kind of that's how it played out, and like he was going to kill Thanos.
Oh yeah,
he didn't hesitate. He just missed.
Yeah.
Now, one part I would think would be a real kind of cool, geeky moment is if Iron Man's suit had like room to put the gems in, and like he could like power up the suit. I think that'd be kind of cool. Unnecessary, but I think it would be kind of cool.
That's the thing, because in the comics you have that person that does it, but like it seems like they're trying to build this whole like Avengers as a team type of thing, and like we saw that with Guardians, like you have to hold each other, the power of the will contain the power of an Infinity Stone.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Maybe it takes them all to like be able to handle it, and they all have to kind of like
Maybe they'll get rings and it'll be like Captain Planet.
Or it'll just
Oh, there we go.
Or it'll just be Captain America and he'll die because of it.
It could be that. That could be
that's actually good. That's a good theory.
That's a good theory.
Like I don't know, kind of like wish fulfillment. Like I would love to see Captain America with a shield or without. Like the shield breaking is, I think, a very iconic moment in Secret War. So I think we see that. Yeah. Right. So I think we see that as like, the symbolism and whatnot that, Thanos is just that powerful. But I really wanted, if the Mjolnir was still around, him to actually pick it up finally because he's worthy of the title. But now that we have Stormbreaker, I mean, I don't know. I could see Time Shenanigans having Mjolnir back wherever, but I would love to see Chris Evans wield the power and like that stops Thanos. So if he's wearing the gauntlet in one hand and has Stormbreaker in the other, and that's how he kills Thanos and then dies because he used all the gems or whatever, I'm okay with that too. Like, I just want Captain America to have like the big moment.
I think he does. I really think that, like you mentioned earlier, like Captain America is the Russo's boy. Like
that's
where they got their start, and he's the star of this entire thing. Even though like Iron Man kind of started this out, and he's the most popular, I do think Captain America is the one that they're gonna give that hero moment. He's the one that lays himself on the line, and
I think so too.
And it's like that's who he is. That's his character.
Yeah.
So I do want to see that, especially like again, like those comic book moments, those panels that just like pop out. Like you want to see those in the movie form, and maybe they have to alter it a little bit, then so be it. But I want to get that.
Maybe that is it. We're like, we have to have, somebody use the gauntlet because only they can withstand it. Like, I think Quill was, because he was part Celestial, he could, that's why he didn't die the first time. But this, it's like, like, you can't put that on, you can't take that kind of power. And it's like, whatever it takes. And it's like, that's it, just like the final moment. Something like that.
I mean, we'll see. All right. Phase 4. Obviously, we're going to get something after Spider-Man, so maybe we could do this later too. But we could do this early now. Phase 4 predictions. My biggest thing is despite what Feige said, I still say we get mutants in Phase 4. I still say it.
Well, do you think mutants are going to be at the end of Endgame?
That was mine. That was my bet.
I won't go that far. You can go that far.
I think I just made a bold prediction.
You made a bold prediction, yeah.
It was my end-of-year bold prediction. I 100% feel at the end of this, one of the post, credits sequences is going to be not showing necessarily, but them talking about like either mutants or like, whatever time travel shenanigan and bullshit happens. Like suddenly people are, having strange things happen to them, stuff like that, like either on a newspaper
but don't you feel like that fits? This is going to be, don't you think that maybe that fits better in Spider-Man Far From Home? Because he kind of went to the mansion.
Dark Phoenix come out? June?
That's June, yeah. That's June.
Okay, so then I would say it makes more sense after Dark Phoenix. Get that out of the way.
Far From Home could do that in the post credits. He could go see.
But the thing is, like, you can film post credit scenes whenever you want.
Sure, they could have done that now.
I mean, I think the Charmer was after the premiere. They filmed that after the premiere of Avengers. So it's like you can do, like, as long as you have the people in the right place at the right time, you can film an after credit scene.
They don't have any actors lined up. I get it, but like planting that seed, because like, I mean, if you think about it, what would be like a worthy post-credit sequence?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think you kind of, just like you did with the Avengers movie, you tease the next big bad, and I think that it's either like a Galactus or Doctor Doom character, and you don't need an actor for those. Just like you didn't really need one for Thanos at the time. You can kind of just like have them step into the frame or something and be like, All
right, real quick, I want to rewind just slightly. Now, if it's not post-credit sequence, but we were already talking about them doing time travel shenanigans. What would your response be if, like, Captain America, he's back in World War II, and he's liberating some people, and then he winds up saving Magneto as a kid?
Oh,
like he has like the name tag on.
That would be amazing. Sorry, that would be.
Sure.
I'm nerding out. I'm nerding out right now. That's just like.
Like, wouldn't that be a really cool? Like, oh shit!
That would be amazing. Like, just that's a great cameo sequence for that. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I never thought about that. That would be pretty cool.
You get mutants in there just without really telling anybody.
I just don't think I see it in Endgame. I think we see it. I think Far From Home could do it though.
Could do it because I mean they could write it in if they did Far From Home as like him interviewing for a
TV article, something on the TV in the background. It could have been something to make a reference for it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so just because I know that Spider-Man has that start like with Fantastic Four. That's the other question. There was no mutants guaranteed, but what about the Fantastic Four?
Glad you brought that up too. So I've been running, through a lot of my favorite Marvel movies, and if you remember, in Spider-Man: Homecoming, they got rid of Avengers Tower. They're like, we're moving out upstate. It's like there's this big ass fucking tower. Who the fuck is gonna buy that?
And somebody was buying it. Somebody was buying it. Yeah, they kind of set it up before. But it worked out because now they own that property.
I feel like that's going to be the backstory.
Well, that's why I'm thinking like you get a Galactus or Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom has got to be the villain, the main villain. He's got to be.
I
mean, you can't
fuck them up so many times already. It's like,
but different ownership now. Different ownership.
No, I know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like Galactus, they really fucked up.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like they teased the villain for Phase 4 because I don't think there is going to be an overarching villain for Phase 4. I think it's going to be exploring more new characters. Like,
I just feel like you could have the villain though. The next kind of like not necessarily the big over for the entire season or series or phase, but like hey, Doctor Doom's coming up in the next 2 movies. He's going to be the villain.
Yeah, see, and then guys, don't you think there's a better chance in Endgame to have a post credits to tease a new villain?
Oh, yeah, no, that's why I think it's going to be a villain.
I missed. Sorry. So I think it's going to be Doctor Doom.
Okay, that's fair.
So Mike, you quiet over here. Come on, Mike. Give us some predictions here.
So I'm actually a little worried about Feige saying how Spider-Man is the end of Phase 1 because I feel like is he going to be also sort of on the outs when the next phase happens?
No.
Are we going to get Miles Morales instead?
No, I mean they have that.
Damn it! I was going to mention that. But go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Go on, Mike. Go on.
I feel like they'll plant the seeds in that movie for that, and who knows? That's the
It's Spider-Gwen. She's the most popular right now.
Okay, whatever.
Of course. All right, whatever. You guys just talk. I'm gonna get a water.
And I just think we're gonna get a lot of like elevated, different versions of heroes or smaller heroes that they just want to get like every demographic they can. I think now this was proven to them to be successful with Black Panther and Captain Marvel, so they're gonna keep doing that. And that's why I think. They're going to hold off on the X-Men stuff a little bit, even though that's a very diverse cast, but they're still going to hold off on that. And they're going to, grab from here and there and just make it because they need to make it new and fresh somehow because, again, they've been, doing these movies for 11 years.
Yeah.
And before, again, I'll say it again, before Black Panther, it was getting a little stale. But that changed things, I think. So I think they're going to go down that route.
I think they may have found a new formula with Black Panther, and that I agree with. I just feel like I disagree with the stale part, but yes, I understand they did find something. I think they found it really with Thor Ragnarok. I think they found a new formula, even later, but seriousness in the movies, and then Captain Marvel kind of mixed that with it. Black Panther was different, but I feel like team up movies are going to be more often in the Phase 4. That's what I really think.
I think we're getting Eternals, right? So that's happening.
Yeah, we're getting that. Eternals, I think, but I'm talking
Guardians,
is that going to be a movie though? Eternals, or is it going to be a streaming?
It's going to be a movie.
Well, who knows? It could not be. Like
that's the plan as of right now. It's supposed to be a movie.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. There's so much possibilities they can do with Phase 4. But I think you need a good, strong, overarching villain. I still think they do that. It's cool to pull it all together with an Avengers movie based on a big villain.
Yeah.
Originally, I thought it would mirror, like, again, the history of Marvel Comics, where it's like sort of spearheaded by Spider-Man and X-Men in the next phase. But judging just by everything I've heard lately, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I really don't.
No, I don't know. We'll see. Anything else, guys? I think we've got it.
I just wanted to say real quick. I think we do see Spider-Gwen at some point towards the end of phase.
I think with now they want to bring in. Black Widow's getting her own movie. I think they want to get.
4 is.
Well, right. Phase 4 could be 3-4 years.
I don't think so. I think it's shorter time. I think they start doing these more
Really?
contained.
Well,
Yeah, I think they
3 years.
Do you think they just throw out the
I think
phases now and just say this is the next generation?
I think it's
Just
two. I think it's
whatever.
2 year. I think it's a 2 year phase. I really do.
2 years? That's like 6 movies, dude.
Yeah, I think they start shortening it up.
I think it's 3.
I don't know.
I
I
think
think they start shortening it up. I really do.
I think and kind of hope they actually throw out the phases because it's kind of silly. Just be like new generation.
But it's
This
like
is
it's
it.
like a comic. It's like a graphic novel.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
I
it's like
suppose, but I don't know. It's
it's Mike. I mean, you read more comic books than this. I mean, don't you like to read like a compilation of all these in like one big book,
yeah.
or do you like to read like side stories, like individual books?
No, yeah, I understand that. It's just I'm not. I don't see the need for like these tentpole things anymore, like the Avengers like that anymore. I feel like they
Dude,
might just be like movie.
The biggest movie of all time.
Avengers-
I know that, but
This is
I
going to bring me into this.
Tentpole factor.
I
of
don't
it.
think they're going to just like.
They're going to have an Avengers movie. in the
Movie
next-
money is going to play a big part in this. Like,
Bold prediction: no more Avengers movies.
That's a
No,
bold
I don't
prediction.
think they're going to call like. I don't know.
No,
I just
don't-
think they're going to have,
Is
like
that
you
your
said,
thing?
the team up movies. Like you said, I think they're not going to be like
They're
either
buddy movies.
solo things that form a same thing together. I don't think you're going to get that anymore.
No, but I do think you get the team up movies, but you're not going to get rid of this may do $3 billion worldwide. This might do it. You're not going to get rid of your Avengers property after that. You don't stop. You don't say this is no more.
No, I get.
and that's
Here's
my
what
point.
I will say. I guarantee you will get a movie called The New Avengers.
I'm not saying my point, and that was my point, guys. For the 2 years, I really think we get an Avengers movie in 2 years. There's no question. I really do.
I don't know about that.
Maybe. It's possible.
2021 is an Avengers movie.
Yes, I really think there will be.
It's possible, but I mean, I think we'd be hearing about it by now.
I
No,
think
they've
I
said
think they're
nothing
going to
about Phase
spend
4 on
a
purpose.
lot more time building up new characters before that.
They've said nothing on purpose for Phase 4.
No, I agree with that, but I
Do
mean,
you
the logistics of all the like the actors, they would have to line up for that.
But
think-
it doesn't mean
think
it doesn't just because we don't know doesn't mean they haven't been working on it.
who do you think is going to be in this new Avengers in 2021? Is it going to be old people like we've seen, or is it
No,
going to be
this will be the new Avengers. This will be
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
yeah.
again, this will be like. It'll be again. I think it would mirror the comics. It might be a little more like smaller, like scale type of heroes. I would think.
Captain Marvel's biggest scale?
Well, whatever.
Power wise.
Yeah.
And what is it going to be like? Captain Marvel, Spider Man.
she was in the New Avengers when she was Miss Marvel. Although, again, like the character just does nothing, so she didn't really do anything, even though she's like the most powerful. But
No. That's what I mean. Like I don't know.
But the New Avengers that I know of was led by like Luke Cage, and it was like, I mean, it's not going to be any of the same type of people, but the idea is these are people who looked up to the original Avengers. Like I know Spider-Man will definitely be in it.
Yeah.
A Spider-Man or all the Spider-Men. And I don't know. Maybe he'll be the leader of it. Who knows? Like,
I
it
think
could
so.
be everyone younger than him. I don't know.
So, I don't know.
Another new character, really quick, we don't have to talk about it.
Sure.
I think we're going to see Nova
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
with the Nova Corps because they
I
kind of
agree. They hinted.
they hinted at it, and then they left it.
There was a deleted scene too, or something
Yeah.
with them, like Xandar getting blown to bits and stuff. So
All right. I think it's going to wrap up 443 of the Moviecast. This is next time we see you guys will be post Endgame.
Endgame world.
So look for that. Look at that spoiler cast next week. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, All You Can Geek. Like us on Facebook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Thanks again. Excelsior.